So the big challenge that our membership, the marketers, the buy side, have been asking for us to address at the industry level is the inability right now to accurately measure how many times and how often a campaign a consumer was reached by a campaign, and that knowledge gap is a big problem, and it actually is solved by cross-media measurement, the ability to understand deduplicated reach across all media. It's been a priority for almost 4 to 5 years of the advertiser community, both in the United States and globally, and it's literally the #1 priority that our members have verified in this calendar year as their #1 priority of all, cross-media measurement, based on third-party surveys that were done by a world-class consulting company to ANA members, to the Global Growth Council, and to the ANA board. So it's a big deal, and why it's a big deal is there's really something for everyone in cross-media measurement. It unlocks tremendous value. Our experts of our members estimate a minimum 10% productivity savings in paid media will be generated by harvesting out all the excess frequency that's built into today's plans and buys. So that's a huge productivity opportunity. It allows for reinvestment into strategic areas versus excess frequency, which frankly annoys consumers quite a bit. So there'll be a better consumer experience when we implement CMM. There's also a growth based outcome. The measurement input of deduplicated reach and frequency is a superior input to market mix models. So the analytics community is excited about having that metric to power next generation outcome measurement, and in general have the ability to replan going forward to optimize reach. I think we heard from Shannon on what she's excited about as it relates to unique reach and optimized campaigns. So we've been testing and verifying a technical solution for the last couple of years. Now we're building that solution. We're on track to have a go-to-market solution at the end of next year or very, very early 2026. This is a team sport. The solution itself requires the participation of leading advertisers in the United States, as well as what we call the long tail in the ANA. And they're along with us for this journey and have been for the last few years. We wouldn't be here without the support of the major platforms. Meta, Google, Amazon, TikTok have been supporters in responding to the ask of the advertiser to help build and fund a solution along with the advertisers. It's jointly funded. And our solution includes world-class providers. Kantar Media is building a panel, a calibration panel in the United States. We're at almost 500 homes right now, and we'll be at 1,000 by the end of this year, and the target is 5,000 by the end of next year. And that calibration panel is really important because it trains the privacy-preserving technology, or virtual ID, that enables kind of the de-duping to happen. Accenture Technologies is our partner in building the software and the platform that will enable the end user to have the data, the post-campaign data, on their desktops, and we will have APIs that enable data feeds to third-party market mix modeling suppliers of our members, whether they're in-house or outside suppliers, and integration with the planning tools that members and their agencies are using to build go-forward media plans.
Tell us about the company, and it's not part of the ANA. The ANA is in it, but explain a little bit
Aquila.
about the company, and also, will the company serve the members of the ANA, or will it serve the sell side or others, or what's the utility of this to the industry more broadly?
So the company Aquila is entirely owned by the ANA. It is a separate entity. It's an LLC. IRS tax code says this kind of work requires it to be a for-profit, but it's not built as a profit center. The ANA is the sole owner and is pursuing the solution. So we have our own governance plan that we're tracking on milestones to implement that governance. Key executives are being brought in to deliver the product. So Aquila is a company, but it's also a platform solution for reach and frequency and that will power more than reach frequency because it will enable advanced outcomes, the advancing of outcomes. And it's going to be a provider to ANA members, but it won't be necessarily only ANA members who could be an end user of it. But it's absolutely being built for ANA members. Yeah.
Bill, more broadly, you've been following the measurement situation for many years. There's a lot of new players, there's a lot of new technologies, a lot of new use cases and needs for different kinds of measurement. What's your take on the state of measurement sort of broadly, and where do you hope it goes next year?
So I oversee on the ANA, the data excellence and privacy practices, the MarTech and AI practices, and the measurement for marketer practices. And we have executives in each of those practices that lead them. Jackson Baisley leads measurement for marketers. So the measurement for marketer agenda, of course, supports the Aquila work. We kind of almost started there, it was incubated there, and then it had to move from an initiative into a company. But the marketer agenda for measurement is robust. Some of the priorities, obviously, include the management from a measurement perspective of retail media, right? So retail media, clearly a growing area in terms of marketer and media investment. We have a Media and Measurement Leadership Council of Chief Research and Media Officers inside the ANA that are working with Jackson and his team to build standards around measurement for retail media, which are really needed as a priority from our measurement company. We're also looking at CTV and streaming, and there's a lot of innovation going on in the currency space. So we've got working groups, engaging in that space, and multicultural measurement and making sure that we've got the right metrics that enable multicultural investment to grow are part of the agenda as well for measurement for marketer. It's a big space, and the measurement for marketer system is engaged in all the right industry agenda areas, working with groups like SIM and others